Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for hosting this very important hearing today. Thank you to our witnesses for appearing before us. I'll jump right in. Mr. Albanese, CMS has not taken meaningful steps to develop advanced alternative payment models, APMs, options for specialty practices. And I know we've been kind of dancing around this a little bit today. The current system tends to focus on primary care rather than the specialty providers like GI. You mentioned that earlier. As a result, not all specialties benefit in the same way that primary care providers do. So in your view, how can CMS alter the current MACRA framework to include non-primary care specialty practices?
Well, I think to echo what Ms. Pittman mentioned before, a lot of it deals with what we know about the decision-making process in CMMI, which is not a lot. I think there needs to be more transparency in that. And I think actually what might be a better approach is to have more broad-based models that try to simplify the measures and the incentives that doctors face. I can turn to MIPS for an example as a way to describe APMs. There's hundreds of different measures within that micromanage the activities of doctors. And if you have too many models that are going to be prioritizing what the priorities of government officials selecting those measures and designing those models are, you're necessarily going to be missing out on different priorities that are not included or that patients themselves might find most relevant.
Well, and Dr. D'Agostini, you had touched on this a little bit. Do you want to follow up on that? Thank you.
Yeah, I think for specialty, it has been a challenge. I think in a multi-specialty group, our specialists have been really engaged because they have dramatic impact on the side of service, which is something we at some point have to talk about, is how do we work in a way to ensure that hospitals are supported for the chronic care that they provide, but at the same time we're making sure that the side of service aspect, which impact quality and cost dramatically. And I think that will engage the specialists. If we have more clarity on side of service discussion and how that impact the ACO performance or specialty model, I think that will be an important next step.
I appreciate it.